G'day everyone and welcome to another episode of Aussie Tech Head. Yes, it's episode 534 and it's recorded on the 18th of May 2017. How are you going? It's, we've got the usual crowd here tonight and someone we haven't seen for a while. But first of all, let's say g'day to Jason Warlock. How you doing, Jace?
What do you mean you haven't seen me for a while? I'm here every week.
You are, but I'm talking about the other person you're going to hear from in a minute, normally by this stage he's already bunged his voice in over the top of everyone, but he's held it this time. So hello,
having a smoke.
Yeah. Hey Eric, how you going?
Oh, very well, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
gentlemen, ladies,
good
and
stuff.
everyone in between. Good evening.
Good. It's been a while since we've seen or heard from you.
Oh, it's been quite some time.
Yeah,
it'll be at least 6 weeks, I think.
Yeah, I reckon the last time we saw you in a short sleeve shirt. Now you're bloody rugged up in a jumper.
Oh, no, I'm rugged up. It's freezing.
Yeah.
Sydney weather.
Oh, what's it like down Central Coast, Jace? All right.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I've just got short sleeves on tonight, but my girlfriend is in bed, probably with the heater on or something. She feels it.
Oh yeah,
she feels the cold.
Yeah, well, it probably gets a bit cold down there. So all right, so let's kick off with a story. Oh, look, I'm going to start off with this WannaCry thing. It's the biggest thing since sliced bread. It's gone everywhere. It's all over the place. But look, before we do start that, because that might take up a bit of time, I've got to tell you about the TuneIn Radio app. You know, you get the app down, search up Aussie Tech Radio, and listen to wall-to-wall 24/7 /365 podcasts. So get on to that. Facebook.com/Aussie Tech Heads, YouTube.com/Aussie Tech Heads, and a wealth of other things. New webpage coming soon, which will have all this info on it in a nice, easy spot. And don't forget the Aussie Mac Zone podcast and the Obsidian Loft, which finally had a podcast, a late release last week. So I hope you all enjoyed that one too. And the Aussie Tech Security will be back soon. Now, the WannaCry. Now, is it actually called the WannaCry or the WannaCrypt?
WannaCry for short, because that's what it names the extension of the encrypted
files.
files.
You do when you get held up.
Yeah, and it didn't come through email, so we'll say that at the start.
No.
It's a worm that goes through the internet.
Yes. I saw a video of I don't know, they called it, he comes and he goes, I'm an ethical hacker and I'm going to show you how the infection works. And he didn't do anything. He just showed us an encrypted computer. That's idiot. But anyway.
Here's my computer, it's encrypted, the end.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Now I'm at $300 in Bitcoins.
Yeah, and he showed us the red screen, all this stuff. But look, this WannaCry worm has affected more than 200,000 Windows computers around the world, and probably growing every second. So it's affected companies like FedEx Corp, Britain's National Health Service, and a lot of others. It spreads silently between computers, shutting them down, encrypting data, and just demanding $300 US to unlock it. I wouldn't be paying the ransom. Apparently doesn't help in some cases, and as you know from previous ransomware issues, a lot of cases.
If you've got a backup, wouldn't you be better off just nuking your system?
Yeah,
yes.
So long as your backups didn't also get infected, because it goes through the SMB protocol onto your backup
what if
server.
you've got Windows, you say you've got your backups on the cloud, does it affect that?
No.
It could possibly.
If there's a way to get to it through Samba shares only, I think.
But I think if
you mapped a drive to the cloud, then
yes,
it probably would be able to get to there.
Well, so Dropbox would be infected if that's the case.
Probably, yeah.
Something like Carbonite probably wouldn't, because that's encrypted tunnel.
But not necessarily, because
well, it encrypted on your computer and then send the encrypted files up to your backup.
Yeah. So like with the cloud, I doubt whether it could, say, find itself into your Dropbox and then encrypt everything in there. I think Jace is right. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because your Dropbox synchronizes with the cloud, it'll encrypt the files in your Dropbox folder on the computer, and then when it's synchronized up through Dropbox, it's overwritten.
Yeah,
but even if you pay the $300 in Bitcoins, it still leaves programs running in the background on your computer that let other computers connect into it and other viruses in the future. So it doesn't just go, oh yeah, we just totally cleaned everything off your computer and we unencrypted. They unencrypt the files in most cases. They also leave other programs running that let you get infected in the future as well.
So
I think you're better off just nuking the system with a put the CD
bleach and fire.
Yes.
CD in there. That's it.
Yeah, I think nuking is the only real way because as Jay said before, it's a worm. So who knows where it's going to lay or where it's going to hide if you don't nuke it, or it can possibly come back. But
is nuking it a safe option, like formatting the disk? Does that get rid of it? Or
Yeah, so long as you don't have any other Windows computers that are compromised in your home that you don't know about. Could be on your daughter's laptop, and then she plugs it into the network, hasn't activated on hers yet. It goes through the network again, and then it activates on hers and I'm encrypted. So you delete it off hers, and then yours goes, I'm encrypted.
Yeah, and go.
So it starts all over again. Bummer.
But the spin-off effect is also can be bad as well. Like the spin-off is in as far as like say you're running a company, say like a wedding photography company or something, and what happens if you get encrypted and all the photos get encrypted? Then you open yourself up for a lawsuit then because you're so lazy you haven't updated the Windows.
Yeah,
things like this. Companies that are saying your data is safe with us. Does that open them up for a lawsuit? And specifically, there's one here that I was reading about. LinkedIn was sued after a 2012 data breach, alleging individuals paid for premium accounts because the company falsely stated it had top quality cybersecurity measures. So LinkedIn settled for $1.25 million
too.
For the premium.
They charge a lot for the premium.
Nobody can guarantee 100% that they're secure.
No. Well, I've got for those dudes on the YouTube, I've got a little picture, and you guys can't see it, but it's a picture of an airline, departure board. The screen, the departure screen with the red box in the middle. That's right.
Well, it's even worse because the NHS in England couldn't admit patients. And it was very difficult to look after people who'd been injured or whatever when they come into the hospital. Like, we can't enter you into the system. We don't know who's available and what we can do. And just sit over there and we'll put a Band-Aid on your stump where your arm used to be and cross your fingers.
That's right. Now, Microsoft, Dom, just to finish up on these legal issues, Microsoft is unlikely to face legal trouble because it states in its licensing agreement that the company is not liable for any security breaches, and they can't be held liable if they've put the patch out and the person or company has not applied the patch.
Or upgraded from Windows XP.
That's right, but I've got good news about XP coming up in a second. But I'll do it now while we're talking about it then. So it's been that serious, this WannaCry, that Microsoft has gone back on their not touching XP rule, and they've brought out a patch for XP. So they have.
Why is that? I wonder.
What?
Why is that? I wonder.
Why they've brought it out?
Why have they
bad PR?
Well, I reckon because it's a worm, they don't want their existing products to be part of the problem. They've done the right thing. It's good corporate responsibility. That's
true. But get these people to upgrade, for crying out loud. 15 years old XP, isn't it?
Yeah, but look, if you've got an XP, you can go into the show notes. I've pasted the link in there for the patch, so you probably won't get it through the updates, the normal Windows updates, but you'll get it through this link. You just download the patch for it. It's for everything XP and even Server 2003. As far as I can see. So you can go and do that. And look, I've got a picture of Bill. At the side of his windows. But you guys can't see nothing. But anyway. But look, let me still go on, because what Eric was just saying, it is like about 15 years old. Microsoft stopped supporting it back in April 2014. According to statistics from this joint called Net Applications, XP is the world's third most popular operating system.
Third? What was the first?
Be 10 or something. Hang on. Globally with 7% market share. So the out-of-date unsupported operating system is more popular than any version of Windows 8 and any version of Mac OS X and Linux. The top 5 most popular operating systems, according to this place called Net Applications, Windows 7 is the top with 48.5%.
Yep.
Windows 10, 26.2%. And then a big drop to XP at 7.04 for those who are interested. Windows 8.1, 6.96. And OS X 10.12 is 3.21. Does that surprise you that OS X is so small?
So low.
Not really.
No?
Not really. It's still a lot of computers because they make it up on their margins.
Yep.
Because a Windows computer might have 48% of the market, but if they're $1,000 a computer compared to $3,000 a computer for Apple, their margins are much greater. So it's not about the quantity for them.
No, probably not. But you'd think they'd like to. You'd like them to.
You think they'd want to ramp it up a little bit, get a bit more traction, get some out there.
It's supposed to be a refresh of Macs coming out soon.
Yes. That's supposedly in June, which will be good.
So just to put this XP thing into some perspective, so to speak, this analyst house Gartner, which I've never heard of, but they obviously analyse a lot of things. They've predicted if we conservatively take 2 billion as the number of, say, computers in the world, that suggests that there are at least 140 million PCs still with XP.
Yeah,
so that's
sounds about right.
Yeah, that's a lot of XP computers. So that's probably why they're
all government computers.
Yeah, the government's probably trying to move off, but I think there's a lot in. Is there a lot in China? Does China have a lot of XP? I don't know.
There's probably a lot in medical places as well because they've got old
legacy
running old equipment.
Yeah, you're right. But because I went there, I think my optometrist has an old XP machine. But yeah, because I said to him, "Aren't you worried about it?" He goes, "Oh, no, it's off the grid." But then if that's off the grid, and so many more others are because of their specific operation, what they do, then how do they know they can't be counted as another XP machine in the stats? Right. So
they're off the grid, yeah. Well, what worries me is a lot of the banks still have XP.
No, do they? Well,
how do they? That's a massive security. Your money's in there, for God's sake.
There's probably a lot of ATMs still running embedded XP.
Yeah.
Well, the banks won't change anytime soon. They've just been slugged another 1.6 billion for the tax, so they can't afford
it. They've got an ad campaign coming out about that. Don't you worry.
But it's not going to work. I think it's not going to work because with the miners, people people like mining, or the miners or whatever, whatever. But I think more people hate the banks. So I don't think.
Yep.
I think
you're the one that's going to suffer.
Yeah, they're going to pass it on to us. So
exactly, they'll say, "Oh, we won't give you bank charges because that's obvious," but they're allowed to lift interest rates. So that's it.
Yeah, that's right.
Everyone's interest rates will go up by about 0.05 or 0.1. And
wages are so low.
Yeah, wages are terribly low.
Yeah,
terribly low.
Now, did you have anything else, or either of you, to add to the WannaCry?
I got a couple of stories.
For WannaCry?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Sounds good.
Enlighten us.
A bill proposed in the US Congress would require the National Security Agency to inform representatives of other US government agencies about security holes it finds in software, like the one that allowed the recent WannaCry ransomware attacks. Under former President Barack Obama, the government created a similar interagency review, but it was not required by law and was administered by the NSA itself. The new bill would mandate a review when a government agency discovers a security hole in a computer product and does not want to alert the manufacturer because it hopes to use the flaw to spy on rivals. It also calls for the review process to be chaired by the defense-oriented Department of Homeland Security rather than NSA, which spends 90% of its budget on offensive capabilities and spying. Republican Senator Ron Johnson and Democratic Senator Brian Schatz introduced the legislation in the U.S. Senate Homeland Security and Government Affairs Committee.
Is this, you say Brian Schatz?
Yes.
Oh, dear.
Thank you.
Spelled like the Schwartz.
Right.
Yeah.
Democratic Senator Brian Schatz. Sounds about right.
Yeah. Works for the NSA.
So they're not going to tell, say, Microsoft that they found a hole in Windows so that they can patch it and save everyone. They just want to know where the hole is so they can do more spying too.
Yeah,
let's make it a law that everyone gets to spy, not just the NSA.
That's right. Brian Schatz wants to know where the hole is.
Yeah.
He wants to go plug it.
That's right.
Now, I just thought of another thing about, do you think that this is actually going to be quite maybe a good thing for Microsoft? wouldn't it? Like, because all these companies, like, they can't have downtime with their systems. So, or say, like the banks, okay, for example, the banks with their embedded XP, blah, 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 you'd think now it's going to be a bit of a rush, to buy and update to the latest version of Microsoft.
I reckon there's probably moves
You'd hope
afoot.
so.
They're probably starting to plan all that stuff.
Yeah, but especially like now, like if you had a company, say you had a little real estate business, nothing flash, and then you've got a couple of XP machines hanging around. I reckon this would make you go
might upgrade them. Yeah,
yeah. I reckon
government agencies won't, because they're mostly getting defunded every year, so they don't have the money to upgrade it. They're going to get rid of like another 10,000 from Centrelink. Who's going to upgrade those computers?
Yeah, well, that's right. But I guess like I think it can be a bit of a windfall for Microsoft as well. So good luck.
Agree.
How is Microsoft going to make money out of Windows? Because it just keeps going on there. Everything's free. Windows 10 updates. They just keep rolling on in.
One day it'll probably be like Office 365 subscription model.
And they get a clip every time someone sells a computer.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I suppose they get their OEM sales.
But a lot of their money is on a subscription basis these days. They've changed their model. I've got the Office subscription, and that's, to me, over a long term, it costs more. Right, because you're paying $120 a year. Now over 10 years, it's $1,200. If you bought
it's never going to be obsolete, though, is it?
That's right. But if you bought the one outright, you pay $450. But then in 5 years' time, it looks pretty rubbishy and ordinary.
Yeah,
doesn't have new features.
Every time there's a new one, bang, you get it. It's brilliant.
Well, I know.
And I can use it on Mac or Windows, because you're allowed, each subscription you're allowed to put it on 5 PCs.
How does
it?
$10 a month.
How does the licensing work though? Like, because with Centrelink, because my wife works there, and so she comes home and she says, "Oh, look, they've offered us Microsoft Office 2016 for $15." So you shoot your $15 in and you get a key back. You go, "Thanks." Download it, install it. Yeah, $15.
Really?
Yeah, it must have to be something that hangs.
Not because of the volume purchase.
Yeah,
the whole
volume
they
license.
buy so many of them, they can afford to sell it to staff for a cheaper rate.
Yeah, or maybe they say, well, our staff have got to go home and be able to use the stuff. So, so 15. So she bought it and put it on her machine. I'm still stuck on 2013, but I don't think there's much difference. I had a look.
Is she allowed to install it on any other machines?
No, it's a single PC only.
It's specifically work only.
Yep. Well, it was one PC only.
Right, one
so
PC.
I never really tried. I couldn't be bothered. Like I can't. Sorry,
$10 a month is pretty good for the subscription.
Oh yeah, like if I maybe in a few years' time, when it's up to Office 2020 and some more whiz bang features are out that might do something for me. Well,
what do you get with it? You get Outlook, you get OneNote, Word, Excel.
Yeah, all the usual suspects.
I'm not sure if you get Publisher or not, but
there's not a big enough difference between 2013 and 2016.
No, there isn't.
To make me go out and start buying it. But
next iteration, you'll probably there'll be a difference there.
Yeah,
just get OpenOffice and it's free.
OpenOffice is very similar.
Yep.
Yeah,
Google Docs.
Lives in doc format.
Apple Pages online.
And what about the other one, the LibreOffice? Anyone downloaded that? They reckon that's all right
Not
too.
for a long time.
No, but that was good, and it probably still is good.
Sunstar Office.
Yeah, right. There's heaps of them. Wow. There you go. You do it all for.
Ways, aren't they, those ones? But you can, but you run it on
OpenOffice and Star Office run on Windows.
Right. Well, talking about Windows 10, look, if you haven't downloaded the Creators Edition, I don't know, did we speak about this last week? I think we might have.
We spoke about whether we would download it or not.
I've got a Windows 10 story, but tell me about what you're going to talk about.
Well, the Creators Edition.
I got another WannaCry still.
Oh, okay. We'll finish off WannaCry. Let's go with the WannaCry. Finish him off. Bury him.
All right. Related to that, last week the WannaCry ransomware caused mayhem around the world, crippling vital servers such as those used by the NHS. Now, experts have warned that a new cyber threat called Adelkaz is currently developing that could be even more devastating than the WannaCry attack. Initial statistics suggest that the attack could affect hundreds of thousands of computers worldwide, although it is unclear which systems will be targeted. A new threat has been flagged by Proofpoint, a cybersecurity firm based in Sunnyvale, California. On post on its website, Proofpoint said, "We've discovered another very large-scale attack using both Eternal Blue and Double Pulsar." Those are the ones that WannaCry will leave on your computer, even if you pay the Bitcoins. And it uses those to install the cryptocurrency miner Edelkaz. Initial statistics suggest that this attack may be larger in scale than WannaCry, affecting hundreds of thousands of PCs and servers worldwide. The Edelkaz campaign started before WannaCry ransomware attack hit on May the 12th, according to Proofpoint. And the cybersecurity experts think that some firms have mistakenly believed they were being victimized by the ransomware when it was in fact Edelkaz. So what it'll do is it'll install Bitcoin mining software on your computer, and in the background you'll be making these people rich by mining Bitcoins for them, which gets chucked into their wallet.
Now, well, that's nasty. So now that's when your computer starts doing something and you think, why is the speed gone? But but
it doesn't pop up a big red screen saying give us $300 or we're waiting unencrypt it, and then you would go, oh, I'll just wipe my computer. You don't know that this Edelkaz one's on there. It'll just install silently on your computer, run in the background, generating Bitcoins and uploading it into their wallets. And thousands of computers are making these guys rich and become a Bitcoin mining system.
Now, did you have to put this Edelkaz into the speaking dictionary for the pronunciation, or is this just how you've interpreted it?
That's my interpretation. Isn't it wonderful?
It is probably pretty good. I don't know if you can see that there, Eric.
No, I cannot.
The spelling of it, Adylkuzz, but I think Edelkaz is pretty good.
My head's going to explode. So don't
Yeah, I don't know how I would have said that. I would have said something Edelkaz. Similar, isn't it? Edelkaz. Yeah, nice one. Good work, Jason.
Edelkaz.
Does whatever Edelkaz. Now, have we finished with
Spider-Man?
Yeah, but he's more for
mine was Edelweiss and his went to Spider-Man.
Now, you finished with WannaCry?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to cry now.
Now, Windows 10. Okay, so we know the latest edition or the latest upgrade is called the Creators Edition.
I'm running it.
Yes, same here. I haven't noticed any difference at all, but I'm sure there is somewhere.
Microsoft Paint has got a 3D version.
Right, that's good. I like how all they say all these things about, you do this and you do that and you do that. You never use any of this stuff. No. But anyway, if you haven't got the latest edition, you can go to Microsoft, just Google Microsoft Update Windows 10 or something, and you'll get your way through it. Normally, it should come down through the automatic updates, but if it doesn't, and if you're still hanging for it, you can just do it manually.
Mine has come down, and it keeps not installing. It keeps downloading, and trying to install, and then this is at the office, and then I can watch it, doing its update from here at home because I just do it through TeamViewer.
Yeah.
But then it goes to restart and its final, just before it's going to boot back in and it's all done.
Yep.
It crashes. It says something's happened to your PC, blah, 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 blah.
And rolling back.
Right? And it's rolling back.
Oh, I hate that.
Restores restoring your last version of Windows.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, don't necessarily force it unless your job requires it or something, because Microsoft is.
It's just sitting.
I'm not saying you have, but Microsoft is checking what hardware you're running before rolling it out to make sure it's going to be compatible before they roll it to you. So you can go to Microsoft's website, download, install the update, or force it to install earlier. But if there's some third-party driver or an old graphics card or sound card or something that isn't fully compatible, it might cause problems. And Microsoft won't force it down onto your computer or make it available until they're sure that problem is resolved. But you can jam it on there, and if it crashes and restarts,
it is forcing it down on me, just not installing it.
Maybe have you?
So they've said that your hardware is fine. There's something else that's causing it, but it's not you saying install it now because I can't be bothered waiting.
What about, have you ran it over with malware bytes? Make sure there's no malware on there. Yep. What about doing a little check disk as well?
This has been going on since February.
Oh, this isn't the Creators Edition. This is
No, I haven't had an update since February. 'Cause every time I get an
Oh.
update to, the cumulative update that Windows gives you,
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
right? I'm stuck on February,
Oh, you got issues.
so it downloads.
Well, it won't be too long before you get WannaCry.
No,
Yeah, then I'll want to cry for sure.
yeah, well, I reckon what you need to do. What's on that machine? Can you blow everything away? Can you nuke it, or is
That's
it?
my work computer.
Yeah, well, I would maybe download instead of doing the update. Maybe grab a disk, burn it to a disk, chuck it in, and try and do a manual.
What if I download
that.
the creator's update? What if I download the creator's update directly?
Yeah,
and just force it.
yeah,
Because it'll have all the previous
yeah,
cumulative updates. that I've
yeah.
used.
Is it a laptop or a desktop?
It's a desktop.
Yeah, how old is it?
Oh, not very old.
Yeah, I
Running Windows 10, and it runs it very quickly, so it's not slow or anything.
yeah, I would obviously make sure everything's backed up, and I would probably just download the CD version, the ISO, burn it to a CD, and try and update it like that.
CD?
I'll burn it
Don't
to
you
a
mean
USB
USB?
drive.
Yeah,
I'll burn it to
that
a
as well.
USB.
Yeah, and just maybe
I hate doing DVDs.
Glenn puts his on floppy disks. He's old
Yeah.
school, man.
I got
Please insert disk number 436 and press enter
I got a bulk discount from Aldi on floppies.
into drive B.
Oh, drive B, love it.
Bulk discount. Good one.
Now, so the next major update to Windows 10, it's codenamed Redstone 3. So doesn't that make it get all hot and sweaty?
Yeah, they get those code names from Minecraft.
What does the Windows creators update even look like?
Oh, it's the same.
It's the same Windows. Nothing looks anything different. They've got patches for updates for security and new features for APIs and Microsoft 3D Paint, but
So
mostly
how would you know if you've got it?
you have to look up a version number on your computer or see if you got a update in your programs.
If you go
If
to
I've already done all my updates, and how would I know that I've got the latest one?
if you go to if you search from the Windows button or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
a start button, and just type in About PC, and or you just start typing About PC, and then it'll come
I
up.
think I can type in WinVer.
About your PC.
Yeah,
Windows 10 Pro.
and see down where it's got
Version 1703.
the 1703. What that means is that's the latest is 1703. That's the creator's update because it goes March 17, as in 1703. So 2017-03. So yours, the one before, is probably, I think it was 1607. And then if
God, I'm far behind. There's something wrong here.
you're not on 15 something, are you?
About this PC.
Hey?
Are you looking at version or build?
Version. And then
1511.
Not under VER.
1.5. Oh, wanna cry. Here we come.
If you type in VER, it's got 10.0.15063.
I've got OS build. Hang on. What is it? VER. If I type in the run command.
Yeah, you just get 10.0.15063 on my one.
Eric's got the developer edition.
Windows N.
Version.
Yeah, so you're well behind. But look, while you're looking at that, let me tell you about the next one that you probably won't download either. It's Redstone 3. Microsoft revealed this on day 2 of the Microsoft Build 2017. Its headline feature is Story Remix. So a new app that'll let you easily stitch together images and video clips. The app is simple to use for the non-tech savvy individuals, yet it is a powerful tool that works intelligently to create customized, interchangeable stories at the click of a few buttons. I can't wait. I wonder if that sounds like it might be replacing things like the Windows Movie Maker or something.
Yeah, it looks pretty good for doing home movies and things. They had a bit of a demo online you can have a look at.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've only sort of picked this story up today, so I will probably do that. So it's what else is it going to do? It is going to. It's got here, thanks to its intelligent AI backend, the app is able to identify highlights and specific individuals to tailor a video to your needs. During the keynote, Microsoft demonstrated the ease of switching the focus from one football player to the next, creating 2 completely different video clips. Wowzers. That sounds all right, doesn't it? Windows 10 users will be able to annotate the video. The app is aimed at those who want to create a shareable clip for family and friends. So it looks like, they're trying to, because I went around looking for the Windows Movie Maker the other day because the young bloke wanted to get into, he did a couple of screen captures and some voiceovers, and he wanted, to join them together and chuck them up on YouTube. And the Movie Maker disappeared. It's gone. And so, look, I thought, I was nearly going to download it, from the 2012 Essentials or whatever you call it. I thought, no. I just downloaded him that Hit Film 4, which is free, and that's a bit more complicated, but it's done the trick for now. But this looks pretty good, so I can't wait for that. Microsoft will finally allow you to access OneDrive files on demand. And Clipboard, it's got a little feature, allows those using compatible apps to copy and paste across devices. For example, you'll be able to copy text on your Windows device, paste it to your iOS device. Excellent. And another feature, Timeline, cleverly recognizes what apps and programs you are using on another device. Microsoft showed how customers or someone could be working in Microsoft PowerPoint on device A and move to another device B, and with Cortana reminding you what document you were working on and exactly where you left off. And also, coming to the Windows Store, probably about time, and that store is still hopeless, but it's coming to the store is iTunes, Ubuntu, OpenSUSE, or SUSE, or how do you say that, Jace? OpenSUSE? SUSE?
OpenSUSE.
And Fedora are coming to the Windows 10 store. So, look, maybe the Windows 10 store is going to start kicking on a bit because of this Windows 10S edition that they've released, which is the edition that will only download apps that come from that store. So, look, fingers crossed that the store starts picking up some speed. It's got to. There's still rubbish in there. It's all rubbish. Fair dinkum.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Now, Eric, did you find your version?
Well, my 1511 at the office. And
You're
that's not
kidding.
I haven't put a developer's version on the office.
That's the first version. 1511. That'd be the.
Like it.
Oh, that's all open and it's got its guts hanging out. Anything could come in.
The one I've got at home is version 1607.
Yeah, so that's the one before Creator. But then if you wanted to go further, then you look into the build. But you know that you're behind anyway.
Build
so
is, 14393.
I don't know how they number their builds, but it's the version. If you've got 1703,
Trader's updated change 1703. Did you say?
Yeah, 1703. That's what you need.
I don't know why it hasn't pushed down on this one at home.
I had to go get mine manually. So
Well, I'm doing that now as we're talking.
Oh, good. We'll get cut off in a minute.
And I'm doing it at the office. Well, no, I won't let it install. I'll just
Right.
I'll just download it.
Yeah, but do it at the office. I don't know. You're gonna have to do something. Run a check disk. You might have a bit of an issue on the disk, I'd say.
No, I've just done the download here at the office, and it says you don't have the latest Windows. Would you like us to update?
Yeah,
It's
but
all
the
part of
reason why it keeps rolling back, you might have a problem with the disk, with the drive.
I
What?
don't care.
Well, you do care because
I'll just see if it overwrites it.
Yeah. Okay. Any more thoughts on 10? The new Redstone 3, Jace?
No.
Bit too early.
It
for
works.
Yeah, bit too early to start getting excited, I guess. When was it due to release? It was due to come out probably in the spring. Is that right? In the spring. So, you don't know these days, do you? Let me have a look at that story. Where is that story?
The US spring?
Well, it says that the story's headlined The Fall.
Mm.
The Fall Creators Update. So you don't know if that... Well, I'm going to find out... Who,
Our spring, their fall, yeah.
Yeah, but who wrote this story? It's .com.au. So who would know?
Brad wrote it.
Yeah, but who would know? All right, Jace, what else have you got in your little bag of tricks?
Well, even as many businesses are worried about hackers taking control of their computers as part of the ransomware crisis, Disney may be facing a slightly different ransom situation of its own. Hackers have obtained a copy of the upcoming Disney film and are threatening to release more and more snippets of it unless the company pays a huge sum of bitcoins. Citing remarks that Chief Executive Bob Iger made to employees on Monday, THR reports that the film could be the latest entry of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, or perhaps Cars 3. The company is reportedly refusing to pay. Spokesman for Disney didn't immediately respond to a request for comment, but the report marks the latest attempt by hackers to ring Hollywood for cash. It comes 2 weeks after Netflix confirmed that hackers were responsible for leaking new episodes of its hit series, Orange is the New Black.
This could be a bit of a ransom, but an unfounded ransom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're not saying what movie it is, and look, I really don't get it. Like, who cares if they release, if people, why is it such a big deal that you have to get the movie before anyone else, or get the movie before it's released? Can't people just wait?
And you're late.
And you what?
And all the other hacksaws boys will love ya. Bird.
But like, who cares? Like, in 4 months, the movie's going to be on DVD, and no one's going to give a crap about that movie. But yeah, look, this after the last extortion attempt, I think this could be a bit of a floozy one.
They're all saying no, so there's not going to be any point. Eventually, they might as well just give up because everyone's saying, "I'm not going to pay a ransom. We're keeping our money." So they go, "Okay, put on the torrents." They're like, "Yeah, whatever."
Yeah. Well,
We'll still make our millions, and we're not giving any of it to you. And eventually, they're going to go, "Oh, well, this getting movies really sucks."
Yeah, risking like jail and all this, and then extortion. Jeez, the crimes are racking up, aren't they?
Right?
Yes, they are. They are amassing. What else have I got after Windows 10? Oh, how's this? My old mate over in England, a guy called Shed Simove. A guy called Shed. How's that for a name? Now, he's called it, and he created this app called Shinder, and said he built it to find himself a partner. So it's similar to Tinder, except there's only one guy on it, and that's him. So all chicks point to there, point to him. Now, where's a picture of it? I got a picture. Oh, you guys, if you go through the show notes, you'll see it. But he looks like a shed. Now, anyway, so I suppose the reason he's in the news is because he tried to trademark it. A notice of threatened opposition was filed to the Intellectual Property Office by dating giant Tinder. So he's tried to patent it. Tinder's going, what's going on here? It's pretty similar. He received a letter from lawyers also representing the elevator firm Schindler. Now, Schindler asked him to commit from refraining from entering the elevator or escalator business. So he said, I don't think it's a case of he said he wasn't going to do it. He further went on and said, I think it's a case of big corporate giant looking at an entrepreneur who sees the world differently and being punitive, he said. This is what he said about Tinder going after his patent. But I mean, I think he's the one with the problem. We'll just have a look at him. He's the one with the problem. Because, okay, so normally, yeah, you'd say, oh, look, big conglomerate coming after me. I'm just trying to do my best, blah, blah, blah. But he's created this app, which is only, might not be short-term, having a look at him, but for a short-term goal, okay, so realistically you think he will obtain the goal, and then it would just go away. You know, the app, there's no more use for the app. Why would you patent something or want to patent something that's quite useless? Or does he want to, is he thinking about selling it or licensing it or whatever to other people, just with one, say I get it, just a photo of me and trying, amass some chickies.
Or he wanted to get in the news and is now famous around the world.
Well, he's fairly up himself, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's all join that Shinder because there's only this one guy on it and he's so beautiful. I mean, get rid of it.
I know, but I just think, he comes out when he's the arrogance of him coming out, just saying, "Oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm getting shut down by a big conglomerate." I just don't think that's it at all, and I don't blame Tinder for wanting to squash him like an ant. Yeah. He's a little pea ant by the look of him.
What's his name?
Shed.
First name Shed.
Yes, Shed. Shed.
Is that, or his last name's Shed and his first name's Tool?
No, his last name's Simove, S-I-M-O-V-E.
Well, I'm going to call him Mr. T Shed.
Yeah, I think T-Shed might be more
T-Shed.
appropriate. Yeah, so he's got a few hammers short of the shed. Now, Jason, I think we've both got this next one, so you can go and tell us what's happening to MP3s.
I haven't got MP3s.
Oh, didn't you? Oh, I have.
I don't.
I thought I saw
Off you
MP.
go.
I
And
thought,
now here's Glenn with a unique exclusive on what's happening with MP3.
well, thank you, Jason. Yes, its time might be to say goodbye to the MP3, so let's look back at its life. Now, the Fraunhofer Institute says it has terminated its licensing program with Technicolor because its patents are expiring. So what does this mean for MP3s? The Fraunhofer Institute says the quality of the format is also inferior to its current standard, which is the AAC, or the Advanced Audio Coding. Now, most state-of-the-art media services such as streaming or TV radio broadcast uses the ISO MPEG codec, such as the AAC family, or in the future, MPEG-H. Now, those can deliver more features and higher audio quality at much lower bit rates compared to MP3, but the world is obviously hooked on MP3s. The supposed death of MP3s won't have much of an impact because of streaming, and most new portable players now use different formats anyway. And I think I had a quick discussion with Jace this afternoon about MP3s and just seeing if the Android platform plays these AACs, and I reckon, yes, that probably does. He seems to think it did. Now, the MP3 was first created, or was born, as it says here, in Germany in 1987. You can't really believe that it's that old, can you? No. The group of guys in Germany came up with the original MP3 format, including researcher Karl-Heinz Brandenburg. There you go. I'm sure everyone wants to know that.
David Hasselhoff.
Yeah. Yes, that's something like that. Now, look, I've got a picture for those who are watching on the video of the group of guys in 1987, and also a picture. And the guy that created it is the guy with the headphones, and also the guy, the same photo, a reenactment plus an extra person. I don't know where they came from, but there's a reenactment, and there's a circle around that guy's head. Why is there a circle around that guy's head?
Might be a halo.
Because he looks like.
Is that the circle you put on, Eric?
Yeah, I did that.
But how come it doesn't come up on... What? Oh, you... Oh, okay, I see. Don't worry. Yep, okay. Eric circled my picture. How did you do that?
Magic.
Because that picture... but I downloaded that picture. That's a file. How did you get the file? And put a circle on it?
I used WannaCry.
That's got me thinking.
An elite hacker.
Well, okay. So there you go, MP3. So yeah, look, I was tossing it about whether we should change the show from the MP3 to AAC. I'll have to have a think about it. I know.
I think Apple uses AAC, don't they, Jason?
Yeah, Apple does.
Apple uses AAC, yep.
Yeah, Apple does, and I can export the show, the audio into AAC, which is no sweat off my nose. But I'm thinking because it goes onto the Aussie Tech Radio, and now apparently we're being accepted onto Spotify, which is really good. So we're not there yet. I'll keep searching for it. I'll tell you when we actually get into their catalogue. But yeah, they wrote to me and said, yeah, you've been accepted. You've got a great show, and we'd love to have you on. I made some of that up.
Are they allowed to advertise
on
your show?
I'm not sure. I don't.
If they do advertise, do you get a clip?
No, I don't. There's no clip coming my way. There's no mention of any clips, and but it doesn't really matter. That's how it goes. Look, they probably advertise at the start of the show, like songs, 2 ads, and then you get half an hour or something. Maybe they might cut the show. I don't know. But
Android supports AAC, all different types, 3GPP format, MP4, M4A, RAW, ACC, MPEG-TS, FLAC, MIDI, MP3, Opus, WAVE, Vorbis, OGG, Matroska.
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah, so I think I possibly could. Yeah, look, I possibly could. I'll have a look into it, see if I want to, move on to the AAC. I'll have to think about it because that means I still will have to do an MP3 for various other platforms around the place, and maybe I should just keep the MP3. I don't know. If it makes
Sounds good.
If it makes me sound better, I'll put it to AAC. Now,
I thought it was the microphone.
yeah, something like that. Something interfering with the sound. Now, what else have you got there, Jace?
Well, a New Hampshire man who was injured in a house explosion is thanking Siri for saving his life.
Ooh.
Christopher Bocher said he was checking on his mother's vacant cottage in Wilmot earlier this month when he saw something suspicious and went inside. When he switched on a light, the house exploded. The whole place caught fire, Mr. Bocher told WMUR-TV. Part of it collapsed while I was in it during the initial explosion, so I couldn't really tell where I was. His face and hands were badly burned. He grabbed his smartphone but was unable to dial because of his injuries. He says he somehow asked his iPhone's voice control virtual assistant Siri to call 911, believing he was going into shock. A spokesman for Apple said Monday that statistics on Siri being used for emergencies weren't available, but noted some recent emergencies in which it was used. These include 3 boaters off the Florida coast in April who used a water-resistant phone when their craft capsized, a 4-year-old boy from London who used his mother's thumb to unlock her iPhone and called Siri after she collapsed at home in March, and a man in Vancouver who collapsed, becoming paralyzed, and was able to use his tongue to use Siri.
Now, I was just looking at the picture that accompanied that article on news.com.au. I can't make out what the hell that is. What is that? I know you guys can't see it, but if you go to that story, click on Jace's show note. Now, I don't know what that
His head.
is. It?
His head is wrapped in gauze because it's...
Oh, yeah. But he's blurred out.
Yeah, they blurred his face, but his head is wrapped in.
He's probably the bomber. It's probably misfired and went off in his face. Trying to blow his mum up. Well, speaking of...
Or he had a meth lab.
Yeah, probably.
The old bird had a meth lab.
Yeah.
Now, that leads me into something probably a bit more serious, actually. The US and Britain have banned laptops in cabins on inbound flights from a number of Muslim-majority countries in response to unidentified security threats in March. Now, it might be the case that Australia could follow down the same path, even though the government has said, no, we're not. But after the event of last week with supposed secrets getting flashed around all over the show from the White House, that, the government might change their mind, might change their stance on that rule and implement a similar ban. So Malcolm Turnbull said, we are looking at it very closely, taking into account all the information advice we're receiving internationally, and we're working very closely with our partners in due course. So laptop bombs, that's what it's all about. It's,
even though security experts in Australia say we see no evidence this was ever going to happen and it's highly unlikely.
But it obviously has happened. But
Well, they've caught someone with...
Well, it can happen.
Prevented it from happening, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
well, the security at Sydney Airport compared to other places in the world is pretty. Let's have it.
But what?
It's there, but I don't know.
But what do you think? Banning laptops? Like, I know from the US, it's not to countries like us. It's only to some Muslim-dominated countries. But say if the ban came in to say Australia, Europe, all this sort of stuff, that'd hamper a lot of people, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but
only if they're going to and from those countries.
You put your laptop in your checked luggage. That's what you can't bring it on to the flight.
But what's the?
Yeah.
But if it's got
you can't watch your torrents while you're flying. You have to wait till you get there.
But if you got a bomb in your laptop, it's still going to cause
a go off in the cargo.
It can't go off. What?
It'll go off in the cargo instead, right?
Yeah, but it's still going to possibly.
Yeah,
but you've got to activate it. It's got to be activated.
I'll put on a timer.
Yeah, but the timer that'll go through the screening process and you'll catch that.
Well, let's hope. But anyway, that's the go. I just thought, it got me thinking about how would it affect travellers and stuff. And
I always put my laptop in the luggage anyway. There's nothing worse than looking at your laptop on a flight.
I just took an iPad mini with me on the flight.
Yeah, my phone or an iPad.
Yeah,
that's it. The music will watch the screen that is in front of me.
I take it with me in the cabin because I just wanted it close. I don't know how it gets treated underneath. Might get mistreated, my poor laptop. But yeah,
They might tweak its nose.
I just put it in between some clothes and some books just to wrap it.
Yeah,
Wrap it
that's
up
what I do. Put it in the middle of all the clothes.
in the middle of everything. Yeah.
Now, Jason, have you got anything else going on? Or are we just about
Yeah,
there?
Google's artificial intelligence-based assistant is on more than 100 million devices now, and the company is leveraging a long-time competitor to expand the technology to even more people. At its developer conference overnight, Google said it's launching the assistant as an app for Apple's iPhone, and it will support many of the same functions as the service does on Google devices. Users will be able to integrate with Gmail and complete various tasks through voice commands, Google said. The application will become available first for users in the US and support English. Other countries and languages will come later. This means users on iPhone will now be able to choose between Apple Siri, Microsoft's Cortana, or Google's Assistant for the voice-activated assistant needs. The announcement heralds a step by Google, whose Android system runs on the majority of world's smartphones, to get a foothold on Apple's phones, which have smaller market share but are used by people who tend to spend more on technology. And Google Home should be coming to Australia soon too.
Yes. Now, but first of all, with this Google on the iPhone, is that something that surprises you? Do you think that is it a wonder why it hadn't been stopped at the Cookie Monster's house?
Well, they've let Cortana go on there, so
yeah. But I mean, like, you think back...
Apple's going to let Amazon. They let Amazon get stuff go on there, and they've got competitors as well. So,
but it's not like Apple to do this, is it? Remember, they took YouTube off as part of their standard app because of their hatred towards particularly Google.
Well, they said that it hadn't been written correctly. It had to be written to support HTML5. Google took it off there, actually.
Oh, right, okay.
Google was removing YouTube from things because revoke a license or something.
Right, it was the other way around. Yes,
that's what happened with Microsoft. They're like, Google, can you write YouTube for our Microsoft phones? And they're like, no. So the Microsoft said, we'll just whack the one together and put it on there. And Google said that it doesn't support HTML5 playing. That's in our rules. You've gone around our rules, so we're blocking it. So it just didn't work. They could release the app, but it wasn't any good.
But what are you supposed to do with your voice commands with Gmail? Well, like, read me an email or something. Like, what are you supposed to do with your mail?
Or you could say, send an email to Glenn or put something in my calendar.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Because I tried to, I think, I think it might have been the Aussie Mac Zone. I get confused because I did the Aussie Mac Zone this week as well, and I get confused what I'm up to with what I spoke about. But yeah, I've got to start using my Siri a bit more because I don't like her, and I think she's useless. But I've just got to learn more of the lingo that she understands.
Well, they started with the Amazon Echo device you could have in your home just to talk to with a mic and a speaker, and then Google brought out Google Home, and Apple is going to have a Siri device as well. That's the same as just Siri on a device and with a bunch of microphones, an array of microphones.
You're useless.
A speaker.
Yeah.
He just wants to help you, Glenn. That's all.
That's not me. That's Eric. He wants to help.
Say hello to Glenn.
He's talking to Siri.
Ask. See, she's hopeless.
You're right. She's an idiot.
Yeah. Ask her what 0 divided by 0 is.
That's funny. It's got Cookie Monster in there, which is kind of hilarious.
What is 0 divided by 0?
Imagine that you have 0 cookies and you split them evenly among 0 friends. How many cookies does each person get? See, it doesn't make sense. And Cookie Monster is sad that there are no cookies. And you are sad that you have no friends.
Who is Tim Cook?
I think Apple's website should be able to help you with that.
Cop out.
Yeah. Old Tim Cookie Monster. Yeah, okay.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah, Cookie Monster. All right, I think we're just about out. Are we out, Jace? Are you out?
That's it.
Yeah, lovely. Oh, well, we come right in on time. How good's that? We didn't keep Eric up too late. Did we, Eric? That's good. So we look after you.
Good.
We look after you around here.
Grandpa nap.
Just in time for Paul Murray live.
Oh, yes. And then I'm going to go and watch the footy. So that's all good. All happy.
I'm going to be on radio.
What's the drug cheats? Play some more drug cheats.
Yeah, probably. No. You can't say that. That's just, it's a good.
Oh, you can't say that.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
Can't say that.
Why do you want to see the worst in everyone? People are trying their hardest.
Mate, that's the good part.
Yeah.
That's the good bit.
Getting their heads bashed in week after week, and you're putting them down.
That's why they need to take the drugs, because it hurts.
And what are you doing, Jace? You going to the radio or something? What are you doing?
Getting back into radio, yeah. I'll have a program once a week for 4 hours, Wednesday evenings on a local community radio station. I used to do that when I was a teenager, and it was great. So getting back in there now.
What's that?
You know what? We're going to have to call you up. Can we call?
Yeah.
Can we call up and just say, hello there, this is, and just crack a few jokes and hang up? Crack calls?
Now, are you telling us what station this is, or is it for some reason secret at this time?
Sorry, I missed that. It cut out.
Oh, so saying, are you telling us what station you're on, or is it for some reason
Great
secret?
Lakes FM. You can stream it live on the internet or tune in radio, any of those.
Right, and
so what sort of a format are you going to throw up there?
Mostly 80s, a bit of 70s and 90s, but mostly 80s.
Right. No tech?
No.
Unless you want
just
to have
music. Nobody wants to
10-minute segment?
Maybe one day.
just play some Rick Astley. You'll be right.
He'll never give you up.
He won't. He's good. Now, all right, that's it. Cool. Now, don't forget about all the other stuff that I mentioned at the start of the show. Oh, Eric, you got some stories.
No, it's all right. Well, very quickly, Apple are coming out with some new laptops, and they're getting rid of the iPad Mini. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Well, I'll just delve into that for just 2 seconds. The iPad Mini. Now, why are they going to get rid of that? I thought that'd be
because the phones are getting big enough, and the other iPads are getting smaller, and
I like my iPad Mini.
No need for the Mini anymore. They said the iPad 8 is going to be probably the same size Mini, right? So,
but look, yeah. I bought a Mini last year because it was, it wasn't as big as the normal iPad, and it was just bigger than the phone.
I love it.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. And what else are they doing, Eric? They're bringing out new versions of the MacBook.
Skylake versions.
MacBook Pro.
Right, nice. And Apple has been working on a custom-designed ARM chip that could handle low-power features in MacBook Pro. Well, that's not going to be any good.
And they've actually got a patent for a pizza warmer as well.
Yeah, that was nice. Styrofoam, isn't it?
True story.
And
I think Johnny Ives has been busy.
What's he been? He's
not doing Christmas trees anymore. He's branched out into pizza. Watch out, Domino's.
He did foray into pot plants for a bit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
He's got that big flying saucer. He's going to be flying soon.
He branched out, did he, Jace? Branched out from the trees. Yeah, I got it. Lovely.
Now I want to cry.
All right, good stuff. All right, thanks everyone for tuning in yet again for the what the 534th episode. That's been excellent. What happened to the end? What happened to my closing remarks, Eric? Did you delete them?
No. What closing remarks?
I had my closing.
They're at the bottom of the text.
Oh, Eric's deleted them.
But anyway, what was the closing remarks?
I don't know what I'm going to say now, which was you can contact us at Glenn, Eric, or Warlock at aussietechheads.com.au. And don't forget, the other shows on the network, which you can download through iTunes. And thanks again to ATH Web Hosting. Look, I'm going to get onto the guy that runs that and see if he can get some free hosting to, as some competition, or some of our listeners will do something.
Good idea.
Yeah, I think I'll get onto him. He's slack ass. I have to.
If anyone wants to send me an email, flattering or otherwise, please do so. Eric with a K, ERIK at aussietechheads.com.au. Glad to hear your dirty jokes, your filthy jokes, your funny jokes, your criticisms, your feedback, your swearing. I don't care. Send it all.
Just don't mention Julia Gillard, otherwise you will.
Well, you can if you want, as long as it's funny.
All right.
Click like and subscribe down below.
That's right. So you know the drum. Just get onto it. All right. Thanks everyone, and hopefully you'll be hearing from us next week. And we'll be good to go again for another episode. All right. Until then, thanks Eric. Thanks Jace, and we'll see you guys later as well. Bye. Cheers. Bye.
See y'all.